What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm so excited to kind of sit down and talk to you guys about a topic that I've wanted to talk about for so long, but just things got in the way. And basically, I'm just talking about the concept of like why it's okay for some holidays to have a huge run up time for releases, and then why other holidays have such a small release time or even don't have any time at all for releases, depending on the brand and the industry. So, of course, if you are interested in seeing how I created this look, I will be doing that throughout this video. I don't really talk about a lot of the makeup, but I will give you guys my thoughts at the end in case you want to hear my opinions on any of the products that I use today. With that said, I don't want to talk too much because I feel like I was rambling a lot in the video. So let's just go ahead and hear the ramble. I know I look a little crazy. I understand I look washed out. Just bear with me. This is kind of what I can look like with this powder. I have not set it with any setting spray or anything like that, but I just wanted to go ahead and get my base on because I don't have any base products for today. I'm going to be talking and applying makeup. The makeup really won't be the center of the focus of this video. I really want it to be the focus that I talked about in the topic at the beginning. So let's just go ahead and dive in and we'll see what shenanigans I can get into today. So I just thought it would be really interesting to talk about this phenomenon that I've been hearing around, specifically like the smaller makeup community that loves independently owned brands. There's like this phenomenon lately where people say that, you know, the concept of making Halloween specific makeup is such a short window, and that, you know, if we're looking at when we see Christmas makeup coming out, Christmas makeup is pretty much coming out in the stores like, I would say, October, November. Makeup is already being released and showcased, if not already in the stores. And so it's been very interesting, specifically this year. I feel like I've really paid a little bit more attention when I hear so many people saying that the concept of putting Halloween makeup out before October, even September, is just not something that people would like, because basically with that kind of topic and like how they do Christmas makeup, people and brands would have to start showcasing and really stocking their Halloween makeup in July. And I find it really interesting how for one holiday we can justify it and the other we can't, especially when we're bringing in the concept of how this year's Black Friday sales have been. I'm sure you guys know, and I've kind of brought it up before, it seems as though Black Friday has pretty much been all of November, where it went from just being literally the Friday after Thanksgiving, and then it went to the week of Thanksgiving. This year, it has quite literally been the whole month of Thanksgiving. And it seems as though brands are kind of juggling and competing against each other because they realize, oh, well, this brand is already having their release. Let's make ours out now. Or even the concept of like, this brand is doing 30% off. We've got to match that. And it's just so interesting, in my opinion, how we can truly justify all of this shopping, all of the releases and stuff around Christmas and not around Halloween. And, you know, you can always think about the concept of like what the origin of these respective holidays is, and kind of maybe that's playing a part into why people can justify being okay with having Christmas kind of released earlier and longer, and just overall just being a more focal point Halloween, specifically when it comes to like purchasing stuff. But I just find it fascinating. I mean, personally for me, the thing that I love about Halloween are the colors. I love the autumnal colors and the fall kind of coloring palette that you really get from a lot of these Halloween palettes. And I also just love the kind of spooky aesthetic. I mean, I have an academic tie to skeletons, and so I'm always going to really enjoy a concept of Halloween, whether I kind of whether I agree with the origin and the celebration background of the actual holiday, there's always going to be a tie for me when it comes to just the concept of the holiday. And I just find it very, very fascinating how, once again, we can really justify purchasing this makeup, Christmas makeup, and even just purchasing makeup in general so early, like so early for Christmas, because that holiday, I mean, quite literally is a Hallmark holiday compared to Halloween. And I really wish to kind of tease out that topic, that kind of understanding on how people can justify one aspect and not the other. And I feel like to an extent, it could really be the concept of one is universally thought of as a good holiday, and the other kind of in some spaces to some people is considered a bad holiday and celebrating bad things. And I wonder if that truly is it, or is it the concept that Halloween never really had a shopping component attached to it, and it's just generally kind of gradually become that because more people celebrate Halloween and more people find that Halloween is like a favorite holiday. And so is that why a lot of brands, a lot of industries in general have not attached the concept of Halloween to creating releases, making these releases available early? Because I think the statement that, oh, nobody wants to see Halloween makeup in July, I don't think that's actually valid. There's so many people, I mean, so many people that consider the fall, autumnal, and even Halloween season their favorite holiday. So what really is it? What is the reason why we can't justify seeing this makeup so early, but we can justify seeing Christmas makeup so early? It's just so interesting and fascinating to me. I mean, once again, going back to my academic background, I definitely have a background where I enjoy the study of people and their interactions with certain topics. And so the teasing of this phenomenon to me is just truly fascinating, truly fascinating. I just really quickly want to tell you guys that I used a combination of cream bronzers and powder bronzers today, the Phytosurgence and the Give. I've already reviewed the Give, and I did do a first impression on the Phytosurgence. Like I said, I do intend to do kind of a full brand whatever. I'm just slowly kind of testing out a bit more of their products with different brushes and different techniques, and yeah, that's how I'm gonna say on that. But yeah, I would really want to know your opinions. Please comment them down below, because I truly am fascinated. You know, do you celebrate Halloween? Do you identify Halloween, as some people do, as Satan's birthday and like a Satan holiday, literally? Or do you consider it, you know, just a fun holiday to dress up, you know? And does that associate if you celebrate it and participate in it, but also if you participate or even want to see the brands that you follow and love do releases for that holiday? Please let me know, because I find that regardless of those who may be Christian or even kind of wish to celebrate Christmas, and you know, I'm not going to get into the teased topic of, you know, the concept of Christmas and whether it should be in July or in December. That's for you and your ministry to kind of discuss. But I really am interested to know, if you are not Christian or celebrate Christmas in a more religious aspect, do you purchase Christmas releases? You know, and even further going in, maybe that's why a lot of brands, although they do holiday releases, they don't specify that it's Christmas. And they also no longer really have such a condensed color scheme that it truly is Christmas themed. You know, they have holiday themes where you typically see like certain colors for certain holidays, but it's no longer strictly Christmas themed anymore. And I'm wondering if, maybe there was potential backlash from those who were not of the faith of Christianity and now kind of wanting to get something that works for them. Please, I'm so fascinated. And I think it would just be really interesting to have that discourse with you all in regards to kind of how that may be, worthwhile for you. So I just threw on the Phytosurgence cream highlighter. I think I'm learning more about the brand. I'm still so sad that I did not get a chance to purchase from what they had their really early Black Friday sale. I spaced. I had so much going on academically and I just did not pick it up, but it is okay. I think I'm still going to be picking something up. I'm just kind of seeing if there's any brands that I want to prioritize. But really quickly, a little bit of light, refreshing interlude. I finally got my Finding Ferdinand collaboration with Khaki. I picked up the 2 shades that are for darker skin tones. So this one is in the shade Macchiato, and it's like a neutral type tone. And then the other shade is in Spritz. And this is a very bright. Based on my eyeshadow palette, I'm going to go with the more neutral tone, but I may splash in some of that bright. We'll see. So I'm just going to take the Macchiato on my BK A507. I did not clean the brush, so there may be shades from another formula, but I really just want to kind of get this on my skin and see how it works. But yeah, I find it really fascinating, the concept that people can justify picking up these Christmas releases, whether they are associated with their religion or not, so early, but not Halloween. And even that, I find that the Halloween releases, why does it seem as though their releases are literally being done on Halloween? I find that we've kind of finally figured out that if you're going to do a Christmas release, yes, it's annoying that people are releasing Christmas products super early, but you do that so that those who are picking the products up for a gift or even for themselves can get the products in their hands before Christmas. They can start using the products, get to know the products, all of that stuff. And I find that Halloween, we still have a couple of brands that are like missing the ball on that concept. And I don't genuinely know why. Why would I want to see and pick up my Halloween products on Halloween? To me, that just doesn't make sense. I understand. I'm currently thinking of like Glamlight because they're the brand that really did the most when it comes to Halloween, whether good or bad in your opinion. They quite literally did the most releases, the most collections for Halloween this year. They had 3, and one was released on Friday the 13th. The other was released on Halloween, and I believe the first one was released like maybe a week or so before Friday the 13th. And I don't know if it's like, because of the licensing issue, or even, they might have had a lot of issues getting products out back to back in their warehouse. But I was truly disappointed at the fact that, one, you weren't able to just see all of the products as a whole. So you weren't able to just make one order with all of the products that you wanted. But also, I find that I was disappointed with the products that were quite literally released on Halloween. Like I said, you see that now brands have gotten to the point where they release makeup products before Christmas so that you can receive it. Why is that association not for all holidays? I mean, not even just Halloween. I know I've been really sticking to those 2 holidays, but I find that concept, the concept of getting your products before the holiday that it's for, should be done for all holidays, not just Christmas. And I really once again, I'm kind of thinking that if you go back to kind of the core reason why brands don't do that for all of these other holidays, I think it's because of the fact that not all of these holidays are really associated with purchasing. Whereas Christmas, once again, talk to your pastor and your minister on the origins and when it should be celebrated. But I think in the general public aspect of Christmas, it truly is associated with purchasing things for family, for friends, for yourself. And so there's an automatically built-in consumerist aspect to that holiday that maybe necessarily isn't there for all of these other holidays. You even see that with like Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day has a built-in consumerist aspect to it because the concept of the day is to truly buy something for somebody that you love, romantically or otherwise. And so traditionally, you really saw that only being played out in the floral and the chocolate realm, of course, cards as well. And now you're starting to see that blossom into other categories, whether it's perfume, makeup, whatever. And so I find it interesting that once again, now really teasing out this concept that I kind of have thought through while talking to you guys. If a holiday was originally associated with purchasing of something for somebody or for yourself, the concept of releasing products in the beauty realm before the holiday is okay, but afterwards, not so much. The concept of purchasing something for the holiday is like okay, even if it's super, super early. But then now that I'm like, thinking of even more holidays, you look at like St. Patrick's Day. Now, I won't sit here and say that like a whole lot of brands do a whole lot for St. Patrick's Day. I do still find though that more brands will release some form of like green type eyeshadow palette around St. Patrick's Day. But that holiday, it's not originally focused around buying something. And I mean, depending on if you're going back to like the history books, the origin of that holiday, not so cute. So I find it fascinating, the association that so many consumers have on good and bad between the various holidays. It's so intriguing. Okay, lately I've been getting quite a few comments asking about my lip combinations and my eyeshadow combinations, like single shadow looks. I truly will hopefully get to it, but I do just want to say, because that really blended in beautifully. I don't know if it's because of the amount that I picked up, but I feel like I picked up enough that it's actually showing on my skin tone. But let me see if I can maybe build it up a little bit. No, let's not build it up because I'm going to be using a powder eyeshadow on top. But just for you guys' knowledge, this is actually from Auric, and this is the Smoke Reflect shade. I believe that's the name. If not, it's Defiance. But I will have, as always, everything listed and linked down below. I forgot to do my powder blush. I have so many things. We'll get to that in a second. Let's try this eyeshadow palette. This is from Didi's Signature. Beautiful, beautiful palette. This is their autumnal palette. And let's dive into that. So yeah, I find it very interesting, this kind of automatic connotation from brands' perspectives to releasing makeup specifically about Halloween super early, but not necessarily about anything else. I mean, even I find fall palettes are being showcased in July, August, and then they're out late August, September. So I really would love to hear from you guys what you think the reason for the lack of, what is that? The lack of Halloween collections, palettes, And I'm not even specifically asking for like, the independently owned brands. I'm talking about the big brands, because I feel like at the end of the day, indie brands are going to do what indie brands do. And they're always going to be kind of setting the stage and kind of beginning the concept of like what should be done when it comes to makeup brands. They're where multi-chromes came from, they're where duochromes came from, all of that type of stuff. So I always think that indie brands are really going to be setting the stage for these bigger brands. And I definitely do see more independently owned brands slowly kind of coming out with these Halloween kind of singularly focused collections. But I definitely would love to kind of question when these bigger brands will do that. When will they feel confident enough that they'll get the stock off the shelves in time to then restock the shelves for Christmas releases? Because, like we said, Christmas releases really are already coming out like October. Christmas releases are honestly even already out by October. We saw Christmas releases in Sephora pretty much September. A lot of brands truly skip over Halloween and they'll just automatically go to Christmas after their summer holidays. And even that, now a lot of people have skipped over Thanksgiving. And I know Thanksgiving is a truly American holiday. It's a singular holiday that truly only Americans celebrate. And, it really is an American holiday for the origin of the holiday. But I find it really interesting that even American owned and kind of founded brands don't do anything for Thanksgiving. And maybe that's because the holiday is truly centered around food and eating and being with family and all of that. But what's the difference between celebrating Halloween slowly? We're slowly getting Halloween into the facts, but not celebrating Thanksgiving, especially because a lot of countries, specifically in Europe, really don't celebrate Halloween. And I mean, even I guess Canada does, but a lot of countries don't celebrate Halloween. So I find it very, very interesting what is celebrated, what is created, and kind of what we see on the shelves and where. I'm filming this November 18th. So Thanksgiving hasn't already even passed. And yet, in all of the stores you go to, you pretty much are already seeing Christmas stuff either all completely in the store, if not even some of the earlier Christmas stuff already going on sale. And it's mind boggling to me how quickly this consumerist mindset, it moves on very, very quickly. I mean, it's crazy sometimes to me how quickly the economy will just move on like nothing ever happened when it did. When it did. Like I said, I'm just using this DD Signature Autumn palette. I don't want anything crazy. So that's why I'm kind of just blowing it out with these bigger brushes. But if I wanted like more depth, if I wanted more pigmentation, then I'd be doing a different kind of technique to get them on. But I just kind of want to play and really just talk about some of these topics. I just find it really interesting what holidays we deem associated with consuming, and then what holidays we don't, but also then what holidays we deem having a longer length of consumption. And what holidays, once again, we don't. It's just super, super fascinating. And, like I said, any topics or any opinions, feel free to comment them down below. Because I am truly, truly intrigued and interested to hear from you guys as well. on your topics or your opinions on this. Ooh, this went left very quickly. Okay. And that's honestly on me. I was talking and not paying attention. And especially because I'm still working with this big brush. Okay. All right. Let me try to diffuse this whole situation. So my camera kind of shut off, trying to tell me to shut up. And I just finished that eye look. It looks really, really pretty. Super, super pretty. I also have a bunch of singles from Glam and Natrix that I haven't been able to really get into at all. And I was thinking that I could throw one on top, maybe, but these are all more neutral. And I don't want to mess this up. I love the kind of natural ombre that at least I see. So let me see if there's any that I think kind of won't mess this up. I don't see any. So I'm not going to touch these, even though I thought I was going to. I'm going to leave these for another day. And let's see, I think this is a mascara. So because it took so long for Finding Ferdinand to give us the products, they did give us a mascara. I usually will put my liner on. And this time I'm going to use my Kofi black liner. I did get the duo in, I think, the Sephora sale. And I'm just going to use that to tightline and to do my waterline. Really, really loving this look. Okay, so now let's try this mascara. And like I said, this is from Finding Ferdinand, and they put it in the orders of everybody because it took so long to get their restock. And this is what the wand looks like. It's not a wand that I would typically think would be a favorite of mine, but we're gonna try it. Okay, so definitely a lot more lengthening than anything. I'm sure that's literally what they tout. Yeah, lash lift. This is a black tubing mascara. Oh joy, I don't really like tubing mascaras. This is what you get for reading the information after you apply it. Anyways, it definitely is, I think, only lengthening. I really don't see any volume at all, but that's all good. I have multiple lashes to try out, and I'm trying to see, since I already used some Auric today, I think I'm gonna try these on. These are from Dominique Cosmetics, and I picked these up from the Beautylish gift card event. This is in the style Ojitos, I think. I didn't do too hot in high school Spanish, guys, so I apologize. But I'm just going to finish putting this mascara on. I'm going to trim the lashes, and I'll go ahead and apply them, and then we'll almost be done because I forgot to do one. I forgot to apply one product, so I'll be applying that as we kind of talk about my thoughts, as I feel like I was kind of running around myself with my conversation towards the end. So for some reason, I made the rookie mistake of not cutting my lashes, and at the point of realizing that that was a mistake, I had already gone too far. So I definitely will cut them before I put them on for another wear. They're very, very light, extremely light. I'm used to the bands being a little bit thicker, so it did take me some time to really get that band onto my lash line, but enough of that. Let's apply the last thing that I completely spaced on putting on. And this is more blush. So this is from Wayne Goss. I told you guys I picked up quite a bit of things from his line during the Beautylish gift card event. These are things that, like, I always wanted. I just never picked up. And so I like to pick these types of things up during those types of sales. It just, to me, it seems beneficial. I know that you don't need a very firm brush for this. This blush formula is very, very pigmented. So I'm just going to use this and just, ooh, I love it. And I ended up always wanting this blush duo because I saw it on darker skins and I saw people recommending it for darker complexions. But after my love affair lately of these like more burgundy type blushes, I decided to really pull the trigger this year. And super, super happy I did. Very pretty blush. And the formula is really, really great in my opinion. I really like the formula. I have at least one other. I may have two. I don't really know, but really, really like the formula. And we're just gonna go ahead and add some more highlighter because why not? And we're just gonna add the one that is in this palette. Ooh, beautiful. And yeah, I think that it just added a little pop overall to the highlighter that I had on. Not hating it. Not hating it at all. So yeah, this is the final look. I do want to throw on just a tinge bit of setting spray. Where's my setting spray? Almost had a mild heart attack. And I think I forgot to remove. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Ooh, Blake, you are a mess. So that came out very, very localized. Like the sprayer has already been jacked up, which it shouldn't be because I haven't been really using it that much. Anyways, let's run through the products very, very quickly, and then we'll end the video kind of giving you guys my thoughts on like the topic that we discussed. So eyeshadow palette, I like the formula. I like it. I think the best part about this palette so far are the shimmers. I don't think that the mattes really have my heart, but it might have been my technique. I usually don't use such a fluffy brush for the whole crease action, so I definitely want to give that some more love. Like I said with the lashes, I think they're fine. They're quite natural though, and because the band is so light and so bendable, I had difficulty personally. So keep that in mind in case you were like me and you're really used to like the Lily lashes. That band is a lot harder and thicker, and so it's just definitely a different band to get used to. Definitely love my Wayne Goss blush duo and with the highlighter and the blush color. I knew I would. I just wanted another color. The two cream blush, I definitely like them. It might be my application, but I definitely had hoped that there was a little bit more pigment. I think that they're great quality though so far, but I need to test them out. Like they're not overly pigmented, and I want to say that that's how Khaki created them, to be a little bit more blendable and buildable. So I definitely need to take some more time with these. First impression for those. Loving the lip liner. This is actually a really good shade for me, and I don't think I said the shade name before. It is in Deep Nude. Mascara, not really a favorite, but I also didn't pay for it, so I'm not bent out of shape about it. The lip balm, I actually really do like it. I think that it worked out really nicely with that slight lip liner. I really didn't put that much on. And the Phytosurgeon's products I actually like in conjunction with how I use them. So definitely stay tuned for me doing a full face of the brand where I'm really kind of giving you guys my kind of tips and tricks on how I use the products and when I think they would be best for you. As for my conversation, this whole video about like the use of Halloween makeup and like the time period and all of that, I genuinely think that it kind of really boils down to the origin of the holiday and like what people think of when they see the holiday. A lot of people aren't thinking about buying things for Halloween unless it's buying things for a costume. And then when it comes to Christmas, a lot of people are thinking about buying things for a loved one, for a person. I feel as though St. Patrick's Day is kind of like the exception to the rule and all of that, but in general I feel as though if there's no like direct correlation between the holiday and buying stuff for another person, brands just aren't going to think to really prioritize releasing products for them, specifically in the beauty space. But I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this topic. Definitely comment it down below. And with that said, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me getting this makeup look together and hearing my thoughts when it comes to this. I wanted to get this up earlier, but honestly, the days have just gone by quickly and a lot of things have been going on, so I haven't been able to do 3 uploads. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this upload, and if you did, go ahead and give your girl a huge thumbs up. Of course, you can always feel free to subscribe if this is your first time or if you've yet to subscribe. And with that said, I think that's all I got for you guys today, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.